everybody, Tim Norris here.
And Carmen.
And welcome to a live play by GreyElephant Gaming.
Today we're going to be playing Eldritch Horror by Fantasy Flight Games.
And our nemesis in this one will be Azathoth.
Or, if you want to pronounce it correctly, Azathoth.
I don't dare speak his true name.
You're fine as long as you don't say it 3 times.
It's just like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're all set up. I am Norman Withers, the astronomer. As an action, I can spend 2 clues to discard 1 monster on a space containing a gate. Also, for my passive ability, it says once per round you may spend 1 sanity in place of spending 1 clue. So, pretty awfully cool. I like him. He also comes with a spell called Feed the Mind. This is a ritual. It says for an action, I can test my lore -1. If you pass, choose an investigator on your space to improve 1 skill of your choice. Then it says flip the card, which I'm not supposed to look at the back of the cards yet. And this is actually the first time I've played with this character, so I'm not going to do that. Carmen, who are you playing as?
I have Akachi Onyeli, I guess is how.
Akachi!
She is a shaman, and she can look, as an action, look at the top 2 gates in the gate stack and put 1 on the bottom. So, that's nice. Then when she closes a gate, she can move to any space containing a clue or a gate. So
awesome.
I thought that'd come in handy.
Yeah, because sometimes it seems like movement is our biggest obstacle
we're
getting
too
around
far
the
away
board.
from stuff. Yeah. Okay, she comes with a spell. It's the Mists of Rela incantation. During the encounter phase, you may test lore, and if you pass, you may choose an encounter as if there are no monsters on the space.
Nice. Okay, and you start in South Africa and I start in Arkham. So if we look at our icon reference sheet, it says for 2 players, we initially will spawn 1 gate. And of course, it gets spawned right in Arkham, right where I'm at. And then we'll put a random monster on that space.
A ghoul.
A ghoul. Oh, ghouls just want to have fun. And then it says we spawn a clue. So let's spawn 1 clue. Number 9. Number 9. That's a nasty place to put a clue. Okay, and then a monster surge. So the monster surge, we would have to match either at the gate, then we put an extra monster on there. But unfortunately, because we don't match the gate, we have to spawn an additional gate, which goes in London, which means we also put another monster there. So,
Ghost.
Oh, it's Patrick Swayze. Okay, alright, so we are up against Azathoth. And it says that the setup for him, we place 1 Eldritch token on the green space of the Omen track, which we've already done that with this Omen space here. And then it says, when the Omen advances to the green space of the Omen track, advance Doom by 1 for each Eldritch token on that space. When 3 mysteries have been solved, the investigators win the game. When Azathoth awakens, flip this sheet and resolve the world is devoured effect on the back. Well, the way that he'll awaken is if this meter, this token right here, gets all the way down to 0. 0, we've already lost to him, so we know what the flip is. We lose. And there's no coming back with this. So we have to get all the way to, we have to beat him before, solve 3 mysteries before it gets to 0. Okay, so this is our mystery deck, and we will flip the top 1 to see what our first initial mystery is. Occult Research. The Shan are controlling innocent victims everywhere, using them to call forth Azathoth. After an investigator resolves a research encounter, he may spend 1 clue he gained from that encounter and place that clue on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are clues on this card equal to the number of investigators, solve this mystery. So, Carmen and I need to put 2 clues on that, but we have to go to these clue areas here, solve them, then we're allowed to put them on air. So, what was you thinking, sweetie?
Well, I was thinking I should head to London and try to spawn more clues then.
That's probably a good idea. I could meet you up there even, but you can't get there in 1 turn. So, just real quick.
No, I mean, you could go over here immediately and get that one. So.
The first thing we would do is our action phase, which we both have 2 actions, which means we can travel. Travel means I can move from 1 place to an adjacent place. I can prepare to travel, which means I can get a ticket. These white lines are boats. These red ones are train. Yellow ones are kind of like wilderness, so we don't get a ticket for those. But prepare for travel, we'd get a ticket, and we could then travel a spot for free, basically. So if I had a boat ticket, I could move here, then travel to any of these other adjacent places with my boat ticket. I could try to obtain any of these items down here in the reserve by testing my influence. We can exchange items and blah, blah, blah. All this will come together as we're playing the game. So, 2 actions. Carmen, I do have the first player icon token. Do you wish for me to keep it, or would you like to have it?
You can keep it.
Well, no, usually bad things happen to the person who has this.
That's why you can keep it.
Okay. Well, I tell you what. I will move. I'm thinking about just moving straight up to here and try to go for that clue. I might as well. So I'll move up to here, and then I have 1 action left, and it's a wilderness space, not a city. I could have prepared for travel while I was there before I moved. You can only do that in a city space. The city spaces are the black spaces. Sea spaces are the blue spaces. Wilderness spaces are the green. So before I move, I'm going to prepare for travel by getting a boat ticket. I'm going to put that over here, and then I will move up here.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Well, I'm thinking I might as well go to Rome and see if I can improve something, because it's on the way to London. So, prepare for travel.
Okay.
And then my boat ticket gets me to
Rome. Alright, so now we are in the encounter phase of the game, which means that I will encounter this clue to see if I can obtain it. I will flip this card, and I'll read it off. I am on a wilderness spot, so I just look for the wilderness section on the card and read it. You are asked... Oh gosh, you asked the villagers about their peculiar folklore. I have to test my influence. My influence is 1.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And I failed. Okay, so a 5 or a 6 would have been a success. If you pass, you recognize references to cannibalistic rituals in honor of Azathoth. Gain this clue. If you fail, something about the food they offer you is disturbing. Lose 1 sanity.
Oh.
So I lost a sanity because of that, because of their funky food.
You ate people.
I think I did eat people.
You should have lost sanity for that.
Yeah. Oh, well. Okay. And Carmen is in Rome, so she will draw an orange card and perform the Rome section of it.
A witch cult must have used this villa to conduct their rituals. They've left behind a number of small potions. You may drink one to improve one skill of your choice.
However...
If you improve a skill, you must resist the ill effects of the elixir, which is a will test.
Oh, your will's pretty high.
If you fail the will test, gain a cursed condition.
Oh, you can pass this. You roll 4 dice. Come on.
So I get to improve one skill of my choice.
Well, that's kind of nice.
I'm thinking I would like to do lore, because my spell requires a lore test.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So, lore, the purple one there. There you go. Put it on the one side. Okay. So she gets a +1, which means she'll roll 4 dice for her lore from here on out. And I don't like the fact that it's crooked. My OCD's kicking in.
And now for a will test.
Yep, you passed.
Yes.
So she's got a 6. That means she only needed 1, 5 or 6, and she passes. So, all right. So that would end the encounter phase of the game. And now we are going to go to the Mythos phase, which means we're going to flip this top card and just read what it tells us to do. So the top part, we have 3 symbols. The black symbol means we will move the omen over to 1, and that means that it also matches, the omen matches one of the gate symbols, so that means we lose 1 on our doom track. Doom track! We also have the little tentacles coming out of the portal there. That means we do a monster surge.
Oh, boy.
So that means 1 extra monster will go on to the London space.
It's a maniac.
He's a maniac! Maniac! Oh, I'm sorry. The little magnifying glass means that we spawn a clue, and that goes on number 21. 21. What is it with these goofy
they're all
places?
in wilderness spaces.
Okay.
Okay.
You compared the picture in the magazine to the drawing of an old tattered map. It was definitely a match. But what could be so valuable that it required so much secrecy? And why was this particular point on the map marked with blood? Heart of corruption. The lead investigator gains an artifact. Then he rolls 1 die. On a 1 or a 2, he loses 2 health and 2 sanity. Well, I gain an artifact first, so that's kind of nice.
That's why he's the lead investigator.
Boop, boop! I got the Sword of St. Jerome.
Oh, nice.
Nice! I love this. Love it. So the Sword of St. Jerome will allow me to gain +2 will and +5 strength when resolving combat encounters. And then if I defeat a monster during the combat encounter, I recover a sanity. So... very cool. All right, so I have to roll a die now, and on a 1 or a 2, I lose 2 health and 2 sanity. Yes!
All right.
Success! All right, so nothing bad really happened that round. In fact, that was pretty good stuff. Would have been better if I'd have gained that clue, but oh well. All right, so Should I just stay there and try to do it again, or what? Hey, let me ask you. If I traveled, I got a boat pass. Can I travel to there and then just come right back? Well, I guess it doesn't matter because there's a monster there and you can't heal in an area with a monster, can you? Darn it.
You can't do that.
Well,
you have to use the boat pass at the end of your travel action.
So you can't use the boat pass just to move there. You have to use a travel, then a boat pass, right? Your ticket after the travel actions.
Right.
Okay, no, never mind. I was thinking maybe I could move there and move back and try to go.
I'm trying to look at my spell to see if it would work for you, but it says if you pass, you may choose an encounter, so I don't think so.
Well, the thing is, I can't heal or anything here in the wilderness. I can't go for those.
You can heal in the wilderness.
Oh, can you? I thought you could only heal in a city space. Rest. Oh, okay, yeah, as long as there's not a monster there. Okay, I don't know what I was thinking. So, okay, I'm going to use a rest action. I'm full on my health, but I lost my 1 sanity, and I want to get that back. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my Feed the Mind spell. Action, test your lore, -1, so I will roll 2 dice. If you pass, choose an investigator on your space to improve 1 skill of his choice.
Wow, that's awesome.
Well, I'm choosing myself. Well, if I pass, and I didn't. So I failed. Now I have to flip this card.
Uh-oh.
All right, 0. You are unable to sufficiently focus your mind. You wonder if you simply lack the mental discipline this spell requires. If you did not roll any 4s, discard this card. Well, I did roll a 4, so I'm safe. It was a something and a 4. I remember that.
Yeah.
So we're safe. Okay, so nothing bad happened. I'm cool. So, all right. That would be the end of my action phase. Karmacorn?
Okay. I could go to London. I'll go to London.
Okay.
That was my plan.
Well, did you want to do something before you moved there?
Oh, that's right. Let's see.
You could prepare to travel at least.
Phase.
Okay, this gate right here is the next one that's going to spark the thing to move, or our doom track. Do you want to prepare for travel and move over there and try to close that gate
before I do the clue tokens?
Well,
yeah, I can do that.
I just think that'll keep the doom track from moving. Okay. That's all. Okay, so now we are in our encounter phase. So I will flip my clue card to see if I can obtain it this time. So I'll read the wilderness. You discover a 20-foot tall gray metallic cone. Gain this clue. Yes! So this clue will immediately just go onto this space then.
Nice.
You try to make sense of the alien technology inside. I have to do my lore test -1. Oh. Let's try that again. I passed. If you pass, you manage to operate the Shan technology. Discard 1 Eldritch token from the Omen track. Does that go away then?
Nice!
Yes! That was very, very cool. Okay. Man, that was awesome.
That was the best encounter ever.
Best encounter ever. Okay, so now Carmen will actually have to confront the ghoul monster.
Well, actually, during the encounter phase, I may test my lore, which is a 4.
I got my other die. I got it off the floor.
If I pass, I may choose an encounter as if there are no monsters there.
Ooh. And you pass.
Well, I forgot to flip my spell card. Which in this case, since I had 1 success, I would have lost 1 health and 1 sanity. We do fix that later in the game, but at this point, I had forgotten to do that. Okay. You are horrified to realize that the body you are inhabiting in this world is not your own. The shock of seeing yourself in an alien conical shell threatens to shatter your mind.
My mind is shattered.
I will do a will test.
Oh, yeah.
You steel yourself against the horror of this alien body and try to recall the knowledge necessary to build a device that will return you to your body. Another lore test.
Good. Good. At least it's working off your strengths.
Yeah.
Yes, you did it.
Okay. If you pass, the machine works. Close this gate.
You are on fire.
Done.
Good job, Carmen.
Put this over here in the discard.
I'll get this ready. Okay. All right. Now we will go into the Mythos phase, which means we will flip the top card of the Mythos deck and bloop. Okay, so the first little symbol up there, the black symbol, it means we will advance the Omen track. Then we have the red circle with the lightning bolt. That is an action. What that means is we're going to look at, first, we'll look at all the monsters on the board to see if any of them have that symbol. None of them do. Okay? Do you have any cards that have that symbol?
No.
Neither do
and
I.
we don't have any, like, Mythos cards or
nope,
anything.
I think we're 100% safe. Okay? Then we also have this black circle that looks like a crown of thorns, I think. And we're going to, that means we spawn a gate. So we'll take the top one, and it goes on Istanbul. It was Constantinople. Now it's Istanbul, not Constantinople. And we spawn a monster there.
I go over there and improve my...
Istanbul, Istanbul!
Okay, it's a cultist.
Cultists are gravy. Okay, and then we have the word. Okay. The sudden thunderstorms have grown more common. Twice a day, rain that smells like seawater floods the streets, and cold winds that cut like glass threaten to pull doors off their hinges. The Bermuda Triangle. Event. The investigator rolls one die. On a 1 or 2, he moves up to 8 spaces and becomes delayed. Well, this could not be a bad deal. So each investigator has to do this, so you get 1 die. If you roll a 1 or 2, we move 8 spaces, then become delayed. It happened to me, so that actually gets me out of that corner there, I guess. So
yeah, so
where should I go? Because when you become delayed, you get no actions in your action phase other than just standing yourself back up. Okay, it's going to move to this blue one next. I could try.
8 spaces.
What do you think? I ought to just move here and I think work on shutting down this gate.
Well, or you could go to Istanbul and work on that one because it's
I could
easier.
go 8 spaces, which means...
I was wondering if you could make it over there.
Can I make it there? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can make it.
I think that's a good idea.
You just knock it out, right?
Yeah.
Let's do it then. Okay. I am there then.
Okay.
That was actually a good thing, wasn't it? So when you're delayed, you lay yourself over to the side.
Uh-huh.
So there we go. Alright, so another way we can lose the game is if this Mythos deck runs out. And the other way we can lose the game is if both of us are eliminated. Now, just because one of us gets defeated doesn't mean we're eliminated. If one of our characters dies, we can actually choose a new character to bring in. But if there are no more characters to choose from, we die. Okay, so now we are back into the action phase. So action number 1, I just stand up. And now it is your turn.
Okay.
What if you come up here and try to close that gate down now?
Do I want to try to close the gate, or do I want to spawn clue tokens?
Let me ask you.
I can choose.
Can I ask you a question? When you closed that gate, was you not able to use her power to just teleport yourself over here?
Oh, I could I could teleport myself anywhere.
Okay, well, I have this sword of St. Jerome. I actually have a pretty good chance. I could beat my way through all this, and I could have probably attempted to close this down.
Yeah. And
you could have teleported. Either which way, or you can try to use your spell. So I'm kind of taking a step back is what I'm saying. Back to where I did the movement phase for that failing on that Mythos card.
Right.
Should I have gone here and tried to beat through all of this stuff here to close down this portal? And you go here because you did close that portal? Or should I just stick where I'm at and you try to close this down by using your spell to avoid the monsters?
Let's see. How's your influence and observation?
My influence is only a 1. My observation is a 3. So I've got pretty decent observation.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea for us to switch, maybe. But you're going to have to fight through 2 monsters.
I'm not worried. I know the Maniac. I fought him before.
Yeah.
The Ghost... Okay, and then anytime you deal with like something that's like a ghost or a ghoul or something, typically they always just deal with mental. And my will is 4, plus I get a +2. So I'm pretty confident I can get through both of these characters here.
Can you use the sword both times or only
Yeah,
once?
Because they're both different combat situations, so I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, maybe we should switch.
Okay, so I will go to London and then become delayed. You will go here. Now it's the beginning of the action phase, which means I'll stand myself up, and that's all I can do. And then you can do what? It's a wilderness space.
I'm on a wilderness space. Well, for an action, I can look at the top 2 gates in the gate stack and put one on the bottom.
I would say let's do that. So go ahead. What do we got?
I've got Tokyo and Sydney.
Okay, the most important thing is what's their omen sign on the bottom. So Tokyo is the blue one here.
Yeah.
And what's Sydney?
Yeah,
Sydney's the red one. So
then.
Sydney on top. Yep. Where does this one go then?
On the bottom.
Hey, I like that. Okay.
Well, are we supposed to...
What? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We closed a gate. Was that one supposed to be
Yeah, you just
there
keep rotating
still?
them. Yeah.
Okay, Sydney.
Well, it just goes on top, right?
Oh, it goes on. Yeah,
okay,
duh.
there you go. All right, now you have one more action.
Let's see. Am I hurt at all? I don't think I am. I'm in a wilderness space. There's not a lot I can do. Yeah, I think that's all I can do.
Okay. All right, so now we will go into the encounter phase, which means I must encounter both of these monsters now in any order that I choose. I will choose to fight the maniac first. Okay, so the maniac, if you look over, he has got the will symbol with a +1. That means that I gain a +1 plus my normal, which would be 4, so that's 5. Then I also have my Sword of St. Jerome I'm going to use, which allows me to have a +2 additional. So that means 4, 5, 6, 7 dice that I'm going to roll. And I have to get 1, 5, or 6 to get past this.
You got it.
Okay, so I'm successful on that. Next, we have the strength test. And it's a -1. And he's got 2 hearts there. And what that means is that he's got 2 hearts, which means if I only roll 1 success, then I defeated his toughness, which is a 1, and that's over there to the right of in that like little squiddy looking thing.
Black thing.
The black, yeah. So he's only got 1 life. But if I only roll 1 success, then that means he still damages me 1 point. So I need to try to at least get 1, but 2 would be better. So the strength of my character is 2, so I have 2 dice. Then my Sword of St. Jerome gives me an additional 5. However, it does say -1 on the strength.
So you're at 6 dice.
I will have a total of 6 dice that I roll. Want to try to get 2 successes. And we have 0 successes there. Uh-oh. Just one at least. No successes!
No.
Wow, that really stunk. I can't believe that. That means, unfortunately, that I take 2 damage. And that means he will stay on the board, too. So now I will confront the ghost, though. And he has a will test, -1. And it says if you pass the... Let me check something on that maniac real quick. If you fail the strength test, you may discard 1 ally asset instead of losing health. Okay, well, I don't have an ally asset. Okay, now the ghost says if you pass the will test, this monster loses health equal to the test result. So he's just a battle of wills. So I'll use my sword, which gives me a +2, plus I have 4, so that's 6, -1, so I'll roll 5 dice. Okay. Wow, okay, okay. So 0 successes out of how many dice I just rolled there. That's pretty lame. So much for thinking I could go in here and clean up that ghost and the maniac. Mental damage, I guess. Which means I don't get to work on even closing the gate either, so... Yeah, that was about as...
Yeah, we shouldn't have switched.
Well... Honestly, who would have
ignored the monsters?
I mean, honestly, you think that rolling that many dice, I wouldn't have had that poor of success. But, oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so now, Carmen, you are going to go for the clue. And if you succeed on this, we have now solved the first mystery. Come on, Carmen.
I'm in wilderness.
Yep.
This far away from city lights, you get an unparalleled view of the night sky. You comb the sky hoping to catch sight of a meteor shower.
Oh no, it's your observation, isn't it?
Yes.
Come on, hon. Just 1 success. Maybe with all that bad luck I had, you'll have good. Yes! Up top! Woo!
Alright, if you pass, gain this clue and spawn 1 clue. Yeah!
Up top. Okay, so this clue will immediately go in here. Now we have our 2 clues, and we're going to spawn a new one. Istanbul, which right there.
Okay.
So that's actually a good
nice
place for us to head to. Yeah, absolutely. So great work, honey. I'm sorry I couldn't match, your performance with my absolutely horrid performance. Okay, we are done. Now we will go into the Mythos phase. All right, so we have the black icon, which means we will move the omen, which also means it matches this 1 gate here. So unfortunately, now we're going to have to move the Doom Track 1 as well. We have the action symbol, which we do have the cultist. It says to check the Azathoth card, and he does not have that symbol. So the cultists do absolutely nothing when we hit the action phase, which is fine by me, and no other monsters have any. No. None of our cards, so we're 100% safe there. Spawn another gate. Sydney. Which means we spawn a monster on it.
It's a Migo.
Okay. No, you go. No, Migo.
That's a scary monster, if I remember.
No, I don't remember him being... I don't know. I could be confused. Okay. Once inside the lodge, your host invites you to follow him upstairs. Several members stare in astonishment. Outsiders are rarely granted such access. At the top of the stairs, you are ushered into a library filled with rare and exotic tomes. Now, he says, how can we help you? Silver Twilight Aid. Each investigator may do one of the following. Gain 1 clue. Gain 1 asset. Gain 1 spell. So if we do the asset, it would just be draw the top card, basically, right? Well, we would draw from the bottom until we actually get an asset. Or these are all just considered assets anyways. What am I thinking? So we would just draw the top card.
Okay.
So that could be just anything. A clue is a definite something.
Yeah. And then what's the other? A spell.
Gain a spell, which I've already got 1 spell. I'm not going to worry much about the spell.
I think I would like an asset. It's too bad. I was thinking I got to choose it from over here at first, but no.
I don't know if I want to worry about an asset because I've already got the Sword of St. Jerome. So I'm not too worried about it. I think I'm going to go with the clue, and the reason is because then that would help me try to use my ability here with my action to spin 2 clues to discard 1 monster on a space containing a gate. Because we know there's some awful powerful monsters that could pop out that we've never been able to seem to destroy. This could give us that advantage to where... So I'm going to go clue.
Okay, well I'm thinking if I go clue, it might help me with my spell... Because I'm about to have to close that gate in Sydney.
I like that idea as well.
Okay.
Alright, so that's it. That is the end of the Mythos phase, which that was an excellent Mythos. We liked that. And now we go back to our action phase. Okay, a couple of things. I could possibly stay here and try to keep... Oh, wait a minute, sorry. We did solve this mystery, which is the cult research. It said at the end of the Mythos phase, if there are clues on this card equal to the investigators solve this mystery. Well, we solved it, so this mystery has been done, or taken care of, and we'll flip up the new one. The true name. Fragments of Azathoth's true name exist in long-forgotten tombs. It is said that if a person speaks his name aloud 3 times, the blasphemous sound will grant the speaker great power. When this card enters play, place a number of Eldritch tokens equal to half of the investigators each on a random space. As an encounter, an investigator on a space containing an Eldritch token may attempt to find information about Azathoth's true name. He may spend 2 clues, that's why we went for clues right there. He may spend 2 clues to place an Eldritch token on this card. At the end of the Mythos phase, if there are Eldritch tokens on this card equal to half the investigators, solve this mystery. So let's see where this thing's going to go. We just draw a random clue, and that'll tell us where we're going to place this Eldritch token. The Amazon. Should be, yep. Well, I think I know where I'm going this time. Okay, so should I just put that clue back in?
Yeah, okay. I think so.
Because we didn't actually spawn it.
Right. We didn't use it.
Alright, so unfortunately I only have 1 clue, but that's, let me see. You have to spin 2 clues to perform the action, and then that will take the Eldritch token to put on there. However, I can, once per round, you may spend 1 sanity in place of spinning a clue. That's one of my abilities.
And it specifically says spend 2 clues?
Yeah. So that means I can spin it. So I should be heading that direction.
That's awesome.
Then.
Okay.
I think so too. The only thing that stinks is that I was hoping to land on a spot that had a city space. Wow, that is a tough location to get to.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't realize that's going to take me 3 turns to get there, isn't it?
It's really difficult between Europe and the Americas. It's
Well, I do have a boat pass already, so I could go here and then still perform a heal action, which may not be a bad idea. Or I can do this and see if I can try to improve something. I think I should heal, though. Okay. I'm going to move here, spin my boat ticket to move there. And now I'm going to perform a heal ability to try to get some of this back that I got beat up on with this other stuff. So, okay. What you doing, hon?
I can do my action where we look at the gates.
Well, hang on. What else was you thinking about doing, though?
Well, I'm on a wilderness space, and I need to go to Sydney. My plan was to go to Sydney and close that gate, because after I close it, I'm going to be able to go anywhere on the board.
Oh, true. Good idea. Okay. Well, then all you would need is one action to move there, so might as well. Let's see what the other gates are.
We've got San Francisco and Rome.
Okay, San Francisco's, let's see. That would be the green one here.
And we already have a green one.
That would be 2 green, and you're going to try to close. I'd say let's leave Rome on top. What do you think?
Yeah.
And then let's put San Francisco on the bottom. Okay, so that's going to end the first episode of this live play.
And we're doing great, you know. Already got one mystery solved, and Tim's on his way to solve the next one.
You're down there in Sydney, and it feels like that so far this has been a total group effort. You solved one clue, I solved one clue. Together we were able to solve the first mystery. Here we are on our second mystery. Everything's flowing great.
The second mystery is going to be solved in no time. We got this in the bag.
Well, anybody that's experienced in this game knows this game changes just like that.
Spoilers.
You have to wait till the next episode to find out. Thanks for watching.
Bye-bye.